Hello and welcome to the New Gig podcast. I'm your host, Glenn Hodgson, and today I'm delighted to be joined by IT consultant and registered nurse, Marigona Gashi. How are you doing, Marigona?
I'm doing fine, Glenn. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Now, Marigona, give us a little bit of background on yourself and also your professional career, and just a little bit about the journey that you've taken over recent years.
Yes. I'm a nurse by background, as you mentioned. I also have a bachelor in criminology. I have a few years, about 5 or 6 years experience in inpatient psychiatry care as well.
Yeah,
Um, After that, I have also worked a little bit in sales.
yeah.
Um, and after that, I became a nurse and have been working as a nurse the past couple of years.
Yep.
And while doing that, I have also started, as you mentioned, as a IT consultant.
Excellent. Well, it's a very interesting background, and some people would say this is quite diverse, but I would also say that it's actually sort of the develop on top of each other. The criminology, working in psychiatry as a registered nurse, and also the working in the technology sector as well. Kind of left brain, right brain, working both of those, and actually sort of following your passion and your skills and your knowledge and having sort of several branches to your career, I think is probably the way of the present, but also the way of the future as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've been learning a lot through my professional career, and as you said, it's a mix of things, but at the same time, I see the red thread.
Yeah, definitely see the red thread like that. And do people view it as maybe a little bit of odd that, technology sector, the healthcare sector, that they see these two things as separate?
Absolutely, and also I understand that. I feel that as well. It was a big step for me to get into the technology world. The
Mm,
other thing was um, the other things that I have been doing were more similar than this.
mm.
So this was absolutely a big challenge for me. But I see myself getting like finding my place in this as well. So yeah,
Yeah. And I think it's good to the ability to be able to sort of work in different fields, different sectors, and be able to have knowledge, expertise, and skills that you develop. But also, these things are not just that work in silos. You can use these attributes across sectors. So, what you learn in the healthcare sector, you can use in the technology branch, and vice versa.
absolutely. So I had the opportunity to do exactly what you mentioned to use my healthcare skills, so to say, even in my work with the technology that I'm doing right now. So
Yeah.
it's a good background for me to have.
Yeah, it is. And I think it's also quite enlightened of employers, companies, organizations to actually see the value of this kind of diversity, this kind of background, and be able to sort of utilize you within the organization because you come with a slightly different set of skills.
Absolutely. So when I first got in contact with the new work that I'm doing, I asked the question like, "Why are you picking me?" And they had this idea, this vision that you're mentioning, and I'm really glad I got the opportunity, and I'm also glad that I made something that was so out of my comfort zone
Yeah.
a comfort zone. So that's
Yeah.
a big step for me. Yes.
Well, I think it's the only way you actually grow as well is like by seeking discomfort challenging yourself and realizing that what seems scary, strange, and new suddenly becomes something that you can master and you can thrive in. And, it's this constant development, the constant pushing of the boundaries that allows you to be able to move forwards.
Definitely, definitely. So this is something that I've always been doing. I've never thought about things too much.
Yeah.
If I'm facing a new challenge, a new step, I don't I don't give that space to make me more nervous, or I just do it, and then I just find myself finding my place in that as well. So I think everybody should definitely challenge themselves as much as they can and feel I wanted to say comfortable with, but uncomfortable with,
Yes.
and that you just have to trust the process and yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, and I think also be always be learning. I think the day that you kind of know a job or a role or a function, that's probably the day that you need to really think very, very seriously about moving because, you should probably sort of get sort of 80 to 90% comfortable. Then if you're getting near the top, you should actually move on because you always need to be learning, you always need to be developing. And particularly, in your 20s and 30s, I mean, I think it's all times that you're always in beta, but particularly in your 20s and 30s, I'd say to really be sort of taking on, learning, and adapting.
definitely. So what you're saying there is something that I can relate to a lot. As I mentioned, I was working in psychiatry inpatient care, and I felt that. I felt that I'm not saying I knew everything or
Yeah,
yeah, but you come to a point where you don't feel like you're developing, you're not learning something new, and that also hinders you as a person and to feel like the passion that you need to feel to do your best job.
yeah,
So that's when I decided to leave that and to explore new options. And where I am now, I'm definitely not there to feel that I'm not learning or that I'm not, I'm really stimulated because this is something that I told you it's not something that was my comfort zone, and I
yeah,
really endured every day to learn and to grow.
yeah,
So, and you can only do that by doing something that is in the beginning maybe uncomfortable for you. So, yeah.
yeah. No, I'd say the only way. And now, what's the kind of split between technology and healthcare? How do you sort of does it work out, and how do you sort of decide where you're going to put your time and efforts?
Well, as I work as a consultant, and I do that 100%
Yep.
of my time. So of course that is my priority. Um, but there are also days where we have more time off, so to say, and then I can also, because I really want to um, keep my knowledge within the
Yeah.
nursing as well. So then
Mm.
I work some extra shifts, uh, both just to keep myself updated, because I mean, even though the people are the same, I mean, the knowledge is always developing, and
Mm.
I don't want to risk forgetting or being uncomfortable being a nurse.
Yeah.
So that's why I also keep myself updated with that, and of
Yeah.
course to meet the patients. I mean, we
Yeah.
yeah, it's really giving
Yeah,
to
and
meet
also
them.
be yeah, because it's a people business, and I think those skills that you can actually bring to bear in the technology in a company or organization as well, it's something that's really, really strong. And the certain things that machines do very well, they do less well than humans. And I think that sort of emotional intelligence and connection
Definitely.
with others is something that is a real benefit and a value these days.
Absolutely, absolutely. And also since I'm working with healthcare, I'm a part of a healthcare. technology, so to say.
Yeah.
Um, so that's also this, to make me, to combine the empathy with the knowledge and the technical skills. I think that
Yeah.
is the best way of understanding what a client wants, or yeah, what is needed to
Yeah.
make sure that we have the best delivery.
Yeah, completely. And in terms of your own position and branding yourself as well, how much sort of time and effort do you put on building a personal brand in this case, Marigona?
A personal brand. Well, I think in some way, not depend, but I rely on that the time will give myself will give me a brand to
Yeah.
work with, and to step by step. Um, yeah, because for now, I think I don't want to say I'm completely satisfied.
Yeah.
But I just want to say that I'm pretty proud of myself and of the development I've done so far. So I'm thinking that the time will lead me to get where I'm meant to be. So that's a
Okay.
part of my brand.
So it's
Yeah.
the focus on the tasks, the work, and the actual things that you delivered, as opposed to trying to cultivate some kind of image or online perception of yourself and what you're doing. It's kind of it's much more authentic through the work, is the way that you want the sort of your profile to build.
Yeah, I think it's about giving what you do the respect that it deserves,
Yeah.
and that's basically what I'm doing. I'm loving what I'm doing, and I trust in that. I trust that I will find myself doing the right thing, and if I get new opportunities, I will take them, and
Mm.
I will find my place in that as well.
Yes, absolutely. And of course, you can bring the best parts of both worlds as well. And it gives you sort of the openness for the future, that you can go more down the medical route, more down the IT consultancy route if you want to.
Mm.
Both elements remain open to you.
Yes, 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 and I mean, I have proven to myself that there might even, I mean, I might be presented to even more opportunities. Like I've seen a
Yeah.
lot of opportunities. As I said, I'm also a criminologist. I haven't worked with that in that path yet, and I mean, yeah, I'm just open to finding new opportunities, finding myself in those opportunities.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think about, when you say the brand, the personal brand, I'm just thinking personal brand will, when you believe in yourself, I think that is a personal brand actually.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
you trust what you're doing, and you give yourself the space and the opportunities to yeah, to find new roads and paths.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you can't back yourself, then it's going to be very difficult for other people to believe in you and take you seriously, I guess, at the same time as well. That's going to be a
Exactly.
tougher element.
Mm, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, you have to believe in yourself, and you have to also, I'm not saying don't believe, yeah, no, don't believe. That was wrong. But I mean, you should believe in yourself, but you should also be modest. You should be aware of your limitations, and you
Okay.
should also be aware of of what you don't know, to make the place open to learn more and to develop, I
Yeah.
think.
And amongst your sort of friends group, your peer group, are there other people who are having this kind of portfolio lifestyle, portfolio career approach, or are you seen as being something a little bit different, dare I say, even a little bit strange? Other people that you know, are they more into like a traditional 9 to 5 setup, or is it more common for people to start sort of thinking about having sort of different roles and expanding their knowledge and expertise.
Yeah, when you say my peers and my friends, they are all very smart. I'm thinking about my lady friends. They're all really smart, and they are doing an amazing job. But
Yeah.
they always like, I'm thinking of two specific friends now that I'm very close. They always like, oh, you're so crazy, you just I would never do that, not in a negative way. They always support and everything, but I mean, some people tend to be more rethinking of situations and overthinking of situations. Maybe you get something, yeah, a new opportunity, a new input,
Yeah.
and you just stay, you don't take it in, you don't make it a part of your life.
Yeah.
And I do that. I make new things a part of my life. I am very open, and I'm not afraid of not having everything planned. I just I just trust the process, and that I will find my way in whatever comes to me. So I
Yeah.
think that I would say I'm a little bit different than my friends in that
Yeah.
section. Yeah.
I understand. And how about the whole idea of, freelancing, starting your own company? Is this something that you were interested in as the next step, would you say, Marigona, or is this something that your entrepreneurial spirit stops just before that kind of approach?
No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that my spirit stops anywhere. I have been thinking about it. I was a consultant nurse before becoming a technical consultant,
Yeah.
and I actually started the business back then. But uh, but yeah, I also have a son, and I just felt that it was a lot at that time, so I just had to prioritize. And I also, like, in the same timeline, I also got this work that I'm working with today, so I
Yeah.
left that a little bit on the side. But I wouldn't say that I'm even thinking about it. I do, and I could definitely see myself, like, there's nothing more sad, I would say, than lost potential.
Oh,
And if
completely.
I feel like,
Yeah.
yeah, if I'm not saying I'm the one, but I'm just saying, like, if I feel like someday that I have a lot to offer, and that I feel that I'm not in the right place to show that, definitely I would widen my views, and think about maybe doing that.
Yeah. And at the moment, you say there is the right balance between sort of the IT consultancy, healthcare side. I know you've said that the main focus is, of course, the IT consultancy work that you're doing.
Mhm.
Do you feel like you're getting the best of both worlds, or is there an ideal balance, or does it just change given the circumstances, the time, and the options that are available?
Yeah, good question. Actually, professionally, I feel very, very blessed. I feel really, really satisfied at the moment. I feel that the there are millions of opportunities, and that as I said, I'm very stimulated, and I also
Yeah.
feel like I have a perfect balance with that as well. And I also know that
Good.
if I were more into, like, doing the nursing more, I would also have that possibility, as I know now. So just to have created this ground that I'm standing on, to have that, how to say, to feel safe enough
Yeah.
uh, professionally regarding that. That's I'm very happy for that.
Yeah, exactly. And what would you say to other people who are maybe sort of thinking about sort of doing something outside the traditional 9 to 5, the traditional career approach? What would your sort of like hints, tips, and advice to individuals who may be thinking of doing sort of something a little bit different, or maybe changing fields, changing sectors? How would you say that they should think about that or approach that?
I would tell them to not think too much, to just do it. And
Yes.
if that would be the wrong thing for you, you will be told. You will have that proven to you, and you'll just change the path again. But don't hinder yourself from doing new things just because you're afraid it won't be perfect. Believe me,
Yeah.
I've set myself in different situations where I'm just okay. This is very scary, but at the same time, I have like the courage to call, to ask for help, to double check things. I mean, it's never wrong to be new on to something.
Yes.
Everyone has been new to something. You
Yeah.
just have to be good to yourself, nice to yourself, and just trust yourself enough to yeah, to find your path wherever it's the path for you,
Yeah, I think
so
so.
to
Yeah,
say. Yeah.
you always miss 100% of the shots you don't take, and I think
Exactly.
it's also better to regret doing something than to regret not doing something, regardless of
Yes,
how it turns out.
definitely, definitely. I
I think
mean, I think we are our own worst enemies sometimes. We just hinder ourselves, stop ourselves from learning so much, and all the planning that we're doing in our heads. It never turns out like that anyway.
yeah,
So just yeah, trust the process. Trust the
yeah.
process and don't stand still. Always move.
Don't stand still, I think, is a great piece of advice because the world's always changing. It really is going sort of faster and faster in terms of the developments, the evolution. So if we stand still, that's kind of a choice in itself. You end up going backwards and getting left behind. You need to keep evolving just to almost sort of stay in place almost.
Definitely. Yes. Agree on that.
Marigona, excellent. Thank you very much indeed for sharing your expertise and your story, and also sharing the advice as well about how we should sort of, make ourselves a little bit uncomfortable and realize that we need to sort of move forward in the right way. And sometimes we have to sort of put ourselves out there a little bit to make things happen.
Absolutely. Thank you, Glenn, for summing it up so well, and thank you for also being a very great host, having the
Thank you.
best questions, and yeah.
It's a pleasure. Speak to you soon.
Yes. Thank you.